Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Preferred Experience podcast. This is our nutrition week. I'm here with Tirsa and we're excited to share a new show with you for this week. So I'm going to turn over the time to Tirsa and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to be here with you guys again. Hopefully you're not getting sick of seeing my face. Today, what I decided to talk about is we've got the new year coming up. We've got our nutrition challenge coming up, which a lot of you guys know about. Just a little plug for that. Also, just so you know, you do not have to be a member of CrossFit Preferred to participate in this challenge. So if you have interest and you want to know more, you can comment on this video or reach out to me individually, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So with the new year coming up, a lot of us are probably thinking about how we can approach this new year nutritionally and how we can make some changes in order to see the results that we're wanting. So today I decided we're going to talk about 3 steps that you can take to be successful nutritionally in the goals that you've set for yourself. So first of all, a little fact is most people will try 7 to 10 diets before they find success. And I can attest to that. I definitely have tried a lot. When I was in, a few years ago when we were having kids and stuff, after every baby, I would crash diet. I would do whatever it took to get the weight off as fast as possible because I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin. And I didn't feel comfortable when I was heavier. And so I would try, decreasing my calories drastically. I tried paleo. I tried keto. The decreasing my calories was probably my biggest downfall. And it would work, but then I wouldn't be able to perform well in the gym. This was before I started CrossFitting. And then once I started CrossFitting, even with my nutrition background, I didn't really understand what it took to see the results I wanted and to stay where I wanted. I always yo-yoed up and down. And so then I found macros, and macros has worked well for me. It's given me a lot of freedom. It also has helped me to have a healthy relationship with food. Doesn't mean it's for everyone, but that is what worked for me. But it took me a lot of trial and error to figure it out. So 7 to 10 diets before we actually figure it out. And that's common. So don't feel like you're abnormal if you fall into that category. So what we try and focus on with at CrossFit Preferred is a more habit-based approach. So we're looking to change some of our habits over time so that it is a lifestyle change and not a quick fix, not a short answer to reach a goal and then falling back into old habits. So the first step that I want you guys to focus on is to change your habits. With our nutrition challenge that's coming up, that's something that we do. We focus on several healthy habits. But what's interesting that I just learned is that a lot of us will set New Year's resolutions, and most of the time we actually don't achieve those resolutions. And it's because we're trying to change too much too fast. We have a goal in 5 different areas instead of 1 area. And so I learned that if you focus on changing just 1 habit, your success rate by the end of the year is 80%. If you add a second habit, your success rate drops to 30%.
Wow, that's big.
I know, it's crazy, and I didn't know that. So that's something that I'm really going to take a look at in the way that we teach our members and those that I help is how to change 1 habit at a time. So we do focus on habits and how we can change those habits or adjust our habits so that we see results. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But it should feel easy. So if you were to come to me for nutrition and I gave you 1 thing to focus on, I would want you to feel like, wait, that's it? That's all you want me to do? It should feel easy, because if it feels easy, you'll continue to do it, you'll have success, and you'll be consistent. And when that is totally easy for you, then we add a second thing and then a third thing. So that habit-based approach is really effective. So how do we change our habits? How do we create healthy habits? So keeping it simple is key. Let's say you are really good at, let's say you're not great at drinking water, and you tend to drink water early in the morning, and then you choose other beverages throughout the day, and then by the end of the day, you're like, shoot, I haven't had any water, and you drink a bunch of water. One thing that you can try is something called habit stacking. So habit stacking is something that is taught in the book Atomic Habits, which I know Kris really loves that book, and that's something that's on my list to read. My mom's actually reading it and loves it. She just reads a little bit every day. So habit stacking is when you add a habit to something you're already doing. So for example, brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth is something we all do without thinking about it. Habit, a definition of a habit is something you do without thinking. So brushing our teeth is a habit that we all do. So if you pair that with drinking a glass of water, your chances of actually doing that second habit that you're trying to get better at are greater because you're stacking it on top of a habit you already do. So maybe you're really bad at drinking water in the middle of the day. So think of something that you're really good at in the middle of the day. Maybe it's taking 15 minutes to meditate, or maybe it's eating lunch even, pair that with drinking 8 ounces of water and see if that helps you to reach your goal. Meal prepping is another habit that I think that a lot of us want to do, but then we just don't put the energy into it. So think of if you are somebody that grocery shops on the same day of the week, every week, and you know that that's a habit for you, then maybe you can tack on meal prepping with your grocery shopping. Maybe decide that you're going to time block 1 hour to meal prep after you get done grocery shopping every week. That way you know that habit is more likely to stick when you stack it with another habit that you're already good at. So step number 2 is to focus on a lifestyle change, not a quick fix. That's huge for me. Lifestyle change is what our overall goal is. There's a couple ways that we can do this. Number 1 is we're looking for consistency here. The consistency is what pays off in the long run. Yes, we all wish that we could lose the weight fast and just get to our goal jeans or whatever as fast as possible. Or maybe your goal is to gain muscle and you just want to be able to be strong and feel strong in the gym right away. But it does take a long time, and it does take a lot of work, and it does take consistency. We didn't gain 10 pounds overnight. We're not going to lose 10 pounds overnight. So finding a way to be consistent, and the best way that I have found is to use some kind of tool to help you create that habit of being consistent. A couple things you can do. So with our nutrition challenge, we use an app called Wodify Rise. Wodify Rise is what we use to track all our healthy habits, to check in, and then we put you guys in teams where you have a team leader, and that gives you an additional accountability check by checking in with them weekly. So that consistency of checking in with your accountability team leader, and then also using the app to check your weekly points that we're giving you, or weekly habits that we're having you focus on, is going to help you be consistent. Not only that, but that those check-ins are going to help create a good relationship with you and your team leader, so that if you are struggling or you do need help, you have the confidence that your team leader is going to help you get through a rough time or give you new ideas or anything like that. So that's what we've found has worked. The other thing that's going to help you make this more of a lifestyle change and not a quick fix is to have a good positive support system around you. So one thing that I think I love about CrossFit, and I know a lot of our members love about CrossFit, is that they have that support system. They've got somebody they know is in their corner cheering them on. And that's what we need when we're making changes in our nutrition as well. We need that support system. by putting you guys in teams for the challenge, we create that support system. But also you need to have other people around you that are supporting you, your spouse, your kids, your neighbor, somebody else, your girlfriends, your guy friends, whatever, somebody else that you can check in with, that they know what your goal is, and they're going to make sure that they're there for you to support you through the whole thing. It's 10 times harder to reach a goal if you don't have that support system, don't you think?
Totally.
Yeah. So step 3 is keep it simple and be flexible. Our lives are so complicated, especially this year. It's been up and down and crazy, and there's been no consistency. Why would we add another thing that's going to feel complicated? We need to make sure that we're simplifying and trying really hard to make it as simple as possible so that we can actually see progress. So that's important, because everybody that starts on a nutrition journey is starting at a different place. Some of you have done, they've tracked using an app before. Maybe you have been really, really strict and done macros. Like, everybody is coming into this challenge or coming to me or starting their own nutrition journey at a different place. And so we would never expect you, it's not a one size fits all. We would never expect you all to do the exact same thing. You got to figure out what works best for you. There's lots of different methods. In fact, I just had one of my nutrition clients the other day reach out to me and say, hey, this macro thing is too much for me. I can't stick to it. It's too hard. And that, I am so grateful that she said that to me, because it allowed me to take a step back and realize that she thinks that this is the only way. And that's my fault for not teaching her that. There are lots of different ways. The plate method is a huge tool that is very helpful. And all it is dividing your plate up so that you are making sure you have a balanced meal every time. You have vegetables, you've got your starches or your carbs, and then protein as well. So there's lots of different ways. You just got to figure out what works best for you, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you with that. I beg you guys to get rid of that all or nothing mentality. The all or nothing mentality just sets you up for failure. You will not succeed if you have that all or nothing mentality. And we've all been in a place in our lives where we've had that. I've had that, and I've had to break myself of it. But there's going to be times in our lives where things come up. We've seen that in 2020. So many things have come up that we'd never expected. And if we have that all or nothing mentality, we're going to yo-yo. We're going to gain 10 pounds, lose 10 pounds, and it's not going to be fun. So breaking ourselves of that mentality will really help. A good example of that, of how to not have that, or how to break that all or nothing mentality, is in an experience that I've had, is when I travel. So when we used to travel, years ago, before I kind of broke myself of that all or nothing mentality, I would come back 10 pounds heavier every time. It didn't matter how long or short our vacation was. I did not follow any kind of guidelines at all. I just ate whatever I wanted and really did kind of overindulge. And then I would crash diet afterwards to get the weight off. So since I kind of broke myself of that, I can have treats in the house and have a little bit, or I can go on vacation and indulge more than I would at home, but not feel like I need to just purge and crash diet when I get home. So that was a huge win for me, and something that I've had to learn over the years. So just a real quick recap for the 3 steps that I want you guys to focus on is focus on a habit-based approach, focus on a lifestyle change, not a quick fix, and keep it simple and be flexible. Hopefully that helps you guys. We're really excited again for this challenge that's coming up, and I want to invite each of you to participate. This is the perfect time and perfect tool to help kickstart your nutrition program and to help get you started and get the ball rolling so that over time, even after the challenge is over, you can continue to have momentum towards your goal. And by the end of the year, next year, you feel solid in your nutrition plan and you feel like you can just go on vacation or have a birthday or a party or something and still handle things in a way that is going to make you feel positive and healthy about your relationship with food and nutrition. So if you guys have any other questions, you can reach out to me. If you want to sign up for the challenge, you can comment on this post, or you can go sign up at the gym or reach out to me personally, and I will get you guys set up.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that today. A lot of great ideas.
Yep, no problem.
It's going to be fun. So the nutrition program is awesome. We've done it for a few years now.
This is our third year. And I did forget to mention when it starts. It starts January 2nd. It's 6 weeks. Starts with an in-body scan so we can establish our biometrics, and ends with a scan. We put you guys in teams, so you've got that accountability, you've got that team support, and it's really fun. It's a good way to get things rolling and get started. Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
it every time. It's a lot of fun to lead people and be a part of the team and use the app, and it becomes a game. There's just a lot of fun things about it.
Yeah,
brings
definitely.
everyone together really well. So it's a lot of fun. We highly encourage it. It's a great thing to be able to kick start your year with, and works really well. So thank you for being here today. Thanks for sharing all that you shared. Love the Atomic Habits book. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, highly encourage it. It'll help start off your new year even better. And that's it.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. We'll see you. Bye.